What's up, everybody?
What's up, people?
It's your boy Valentine.
This is Go Chew.
Back for some more anime.
It's another episode about anime.
The Rising of the Shield Hero. I couldn't even get that out of my mouth.
Let's do it again. It's the Rising of the Shield Hero.
Let me get my sexy boy. The Rising of the Shield Hero. That's how you do it. Katakawa Pictures.
Yep. It's you guys probably know this company pretty well. They
do so many stuff right now. Well, right now they got Angels of Death that's on right now. That's Katakawa Pictures.
They're doing multiple projects at the same time.
Big Order. That's old school. That's them.
They
Bungo
did the
Stray
Boogie
Dogs.
Pop, which we reviewed last week.
I like Bigger Butt, Chaos Child, Butler. I mean, I can just go on and on and on. So Katakawa Pictures, check them out. Dancing the Vampire Bond, that's one of my favorites.
Big company, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking that most studios, they even the big ones, they just have one big show. Per season.
So then they don't get overwhelmed.
Right.
It seems like they're doing like what 3 or 4.
They literally got about 3 or 4 shows that's going on this season by the same publisher.
So that means they know what they know what they're doing, or they might fuck it up.
Right.
Oh, part of my language, they might mess it up.
But this was gonna be a little spoiler here, just because I'm just been very intrigued with this show.
Well, first of all, we gotta tell them what kind of show it is. It's based off of a manga.
It is based off a manga.
It's a fantasy.
It is fantasy. I'll put this straight up in the fantasy category.
You fall into a different world. You gotta save the world.
Which just been. I mean, I think that's the whole thing right now. Right now, anime is really falling into that trope. It's like, hey, I'm from the modern world and I'm being transported into a fantasy world.
Yeah, like that whole medieval era.
First, back in the days, it was back in the days. So mech. I want to say today for the 2000s, this part of the 2000s is all about being transported to another world.
I agree. And there's been a lot of those animes.
But this one, it just feels different. It feels
pretty. It's so in the beginning.
Right. The protagonist, his name is Nafumi.
Huh?
Nafumi.
Okay, I don't even remember his name. But yeah, it starts off kind of cartoonish for me. I was like, oh, it's another typical anime.
Right. Yeah, but I think the whole Nafumi, when he first gets transported, like I said, I'm gonna keep him at these spoilers at the bare minimum, but just enough to push us along. It was a pretty typical kind of trope. He is like the otaku kind of guy.
Oh, I don't know any guy. I don't know any girls.
I never dated anymore. Blah blah blah.
Parents.
Yeah.
And then somehow I get sucked into this another world, and now I'm a hero.
And then funny, when we was first watching the first half, you commented is that, oh, this is typical, boring. It's kind of cheesy.
So that's the thing, actually. So there's 3 episodes right now.
Right. But the first one is actually extra long. It's like a double episode.
So it is, and then I was like, whoa, this episode is really long.
Yeah.
And then you told me, oh no.
I was like, hold on.
Yeah, typical 25 minutes. The other ones are.
Hold on.
So yeah, but then I keep telling you, wait, this is kind of cheesy for me.
And I really don't want to spoil it, but I gotta say, people, stick with it. And I think a lot of people will stick with it because this anime hits on a lot of tropes that people like. People love what you call cheesy. Anime audiences love that shit. You know what I mean? And that's just a fact.
A little bit of cheesiness is fine, but when it's done so many times, it's like over and over, I can't stand that.
But the point is that with this episode is that the cheesiness was done on purpose.
Definitely.
Because the writing shows their colors, and there's some great writing because when it switches, it switches. And I think the cheesiness was done. When that
moment happened, I was just like, what?
And the cheesiness was put there in order to make that moment, that switch up, that more dramatic.
Yes. And it changed our main character's personality as well.
What it was is like Goblin Slayer. You had no idea. At the beginning of the Goblin Slayer, at the beginning it was the light little party, and then it suddenly just switched and got dark.
But that one, it was never like cheesy.
It wasn't cheesy, but it still was a light kind of vibe. It was
light, and then it just went dark.
Boom. Yeah. This one didn't go dark like that, but it did go dark.
It was a different type of dark.
Different kind of dark, and more dramatic dark. More dramatic, just more adult.
For more adult, yeah.
It switched from maybe junior high school to full down. I got married and kids. Let me watch this shit.
This was like mentally dark.
Yes.
The Goblin Slayer was like whoa, like basically like dark.
You watch this and that for me, I'm like my boy. He just gets shitted on left and right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep watching it just because I feel for him. I feel for his struggles.
I think that's what was different from other animes is that our main character he is not loved by people.
No.
And so he starts off like almost a lone wolf.
Yes. I mean, that's an aptitude for it. He does starts off at description as a lone wolf, but the thing I like that you can see growth.
Yeah.
You can literally see growth, and not just
He's being all happy
cheesy
and
word.
like all just like carefree, and then all of a sudden he gets screwed over because of that.
And not just. I think the writing, you can see true character development. That's what got me. I could see the arc of how his character developed, or just more just like, you know what, you people fuck me over so much. He had no choice but to change.
Yep, and that's and that's the thing too. It's not like, oh, I want to save these people.
Right.
It's more like I have no choice.
Right.
So he's, as of up to episode 3, he's just like, I just want to go home.
Right.
The only way to do it is I got to do what these guys tell me to do.
And y'all notice that we've been very careful not to spoil too many. Because basically it sets up, he come from another world. He's in this new fantasy world now. And obviously that he wants to go home.
He got screwed over
that's the premise.
hard.
And during this time in this fantasy world, he gets screwed over royally. And he's just like, I'm done. I want to go home. How can I go home and get away from these people?
And everything about that world, it's like, wait, hold on a second. It makes you think. Like, other animes, it's like always like, oh, the king is a good guy, and the world that they're.
But here's something I'm gonna throw at you. I was thinking as I'm watching all his troubles and the things that Nafumi's going through, and I'm like, what if they're purposely setting him up because that's the only way the shield hero can get powerful is through trials and tribulations. It's like they purposely fucking with him. They purposely fucking with him because they
knew he was.
Because the shield hero is always that type of person, because they said before is that. And
I mean, wait.
They said
a lot of the people who haven't seen this anime, they're gonna be like, "What are these guys?
What are you talking about?"
But once you watch it,
you come back to this.
Like, oh, I know what you guys are talking about.
When certain characters saying that the shield heroes was always the one to protect us.
Yeah. They give you hints here and there.
They give you hints, and I'm like,
what
if they purposely doing this in order to make him powerful? Because he needs to go through these hardships in order to come out.
That's the only way, and
that's
they know how important he is.
Yes, because he is important. Because he is going to be powerful and stuff like that. Because they already showing glimpse that everybody, like the sword dude look powerful, the archer dude looks powerful, the shield, the spear dudes look powerful.
Okay, yeah, we gotta. Then we're gonna tell the audience a little bit more.
Okay,
about this. So there's 4 heroes.
There's 4 heroes that's transported to this world. You got the shield, the sword, the spear,
and then bow.
And the bow. Now, if the bow, the spear, and the sword is powerful, I'm sure that the shield is powerful in its own right.
But they were talking about how it's just for defense.
It's for defense. But if they summon these magical 4 heroes, then they all have to have a purpose, and they said every generation this happens. So I'm sure they're not going to keep summoning the shield hero if the shield hero is going to be garbage.
True.
So
then that's the whole point of this whole anime, like how he grows. But
I'm thinking there's some more layers to this onion.
Yeah, well, I agree. Now that you mentioned it, I'm like, oh, that's true. Maybe what if?
See, the light bulb of knowledge.
So now you're always second guessing. Like, wait, are these guys really bad people, or
they could still be bad
people?
Yeah,
I know.
But are they being bad people because they know that they're really not that bad, but they know that they got to be bad in order to make him come out of his shell?
True. Yeah. And all the other heroes who are getting respected, they don't really, their personality is not the greatest either.
And what if they summon the certain type of personalities for the certain type of weapon already? Because they only summon.
They know their personality.
They know the personality of the kind of people that they need for that weapon.
Huh? Well, I guess we'll have to watch more episodes and find out what's going to happen.
So, do you recommend this one?
Yes. I definitely recommend it. You can just start watching it now. I don't think this is something that you have to wait till everything's out.
Jump in.
I think you can just jump in.
My boy Nafomi, I'm right there with him. Yeah. I'm gonna ride along. I'm gonna ride along with him. I'm gonna be his ride or die homie.
You're agreeing with me on this one.
I'm gonna go root for him, and I am agree with you 100%.
Yep. So
everybody, please check out The Rising of the Shield Hero.
Yep. The Rising of the Shield.
We kind of glossed over it because I didn't want to spoil anything for this, but I'm definitely saying if you took anything away from this, is that check it out.
Check it out, definitely. It starts off a little cheesy, but just wait 30 minutes.
There you go.
And it will turn.
All right, y'all. We out of here.
Yep. See you guys next week.
Peace.
Bye.